Good afternoon. Uh, well, this was the DSA work that was given to us to do, whereby the registrar requested us to design a system for sorting the students and storing the student data. Well, I'm just going to begin by explaining this code, and then my other colleague will explain how the program works. So the code itself, we began by structuring the student structure, that is by defining everything required for us, as the question required that the name should be a maximum character field of 50, and the date of birth should be a standard date of birth with year, month, and day. The registration number was supposed to have 6 characters, although numerical characters, and programming code should be a maximum of 4, as also requested. The tuition, on the other hand, shouldn't be a 0, but it can go up to any character, like the digits can go more than anything we want to put there. So we now init, we initialize this thing to be active. Then now we move ahead to the array, to an array that holds student records. Without forgetting, up here, we actually put define maximum students, and we have put the maximum students to be 100, which means by the time we enter more than 100 students in our field, uh, the program won't be able to hold that, because we set the maximum uh, number of students to be entered in the registrar list to be 100. Uh, Now we go to the functional declarations, and these are our functional declarations. Let's go furthermore into diving. So the use case, which will be the choices that will be displayed in our menu. Uh, Number one, case one will be the add student. Then case two will be list students after being added. Case three will be the update students. That is just in case that you want to change some records within the students' information. And case four is supposed to delete a student from the list. Uh, if we may be that student is no longer part of our institute. And then the search student is supposed to find student from the list using student registration number. That is what I actually set it to be. And then sort student, we actually sorted student by the names in our menu, and then export students as another case. Then the last case, which is case 8, was supposed to just exit the program. And anything beyond that, we shall of course expect an error which will display invalid choice. That is if we enter the code which is 9 and above, which is actually not in the list in our display menu. So the display menu on this hand is going to have the following, as we sorted them in the case display there. So this is the printing that will be shown when we press option 1. It will be add, and then we break the line, and the rest follow. So the first one is implementation of all functions right now. So the first function is find empty slot. That means it is going to look for the maximum students. If there is enough slot, like if our list had not yet received 100, it will actually inform us that the slot is actually able to accept another student to be entered. So it will allow the new entry of the student's information. Otherwise, it will reject us from entering another student. And find student by registration number. Yeah, this one here, this is almost a side function whereby we are going, when we want to look for the student within the list, we shall use their registration number, since they identify by the registration number. And then add student. Um, Adding student is just like getting the student information and being added to the list, of which is having the following: the name, the date of birth, which is in this format of YYYMM, and DD for the year, month, and day, as I said it before. And the registration number is going to be a maximum of 6 characters. The program code is going to be a maximum, of course, of 4 characters, and the annotation following. Um, Going further, the list of the students. This one here is actually the one which will contain all the students that we have entered into the list. So when we pick the choice as maybe choice 3, as we indicated it here, yeah, it is actually choice 2. So it is going to just bring out the entire list containing all the students that have been entered or registered. And the next one is update students. This one, as I explain it further, it is for updating the student information. And delete student is to just remove the student from the list. Search student, we search, this is for searching for student by the registration number, yeah, from the list. So it will display the student when we enter their registration number. And then sort student, we are going to sort student by the name, as we can see it here. So it is going to give us a list of them, and then when we sort students, students will be displayed by their names from the alphabetical part of it. Then export student to CSV. Well, it will give us a successful export if the student has actually been successfully exported to the CSV. And well, when we run the program, this is how the program is going to be. Mm, well, this is how the program is going to be when we run it. Like, for example, if I enter choice 1 and I do this, it will tell us enter the name. And then the rest will come along until we complete. So uh, away from that, we shall receive more information which will be explained by our colleague next, explaining the program, how it works. Let me not dive into this. Thank you for listening.